is day 19. When it's Thursday, February 13th, and for our do now, I gave you some equations to solve. All right. So let's just start from the beginning with number 1. What did we get for number 1?
18.
18. Did anyone get something different? We all get 18? Good. That is correct. I have n divided by 3 equals 6. We want n by itself. To get rid of divided by 3, we do the opposite, times 3. And my 3's cancel. N equals 6 times 3 is 18. Very nice. Let's look at number 2.
8.
You got 8? Did anyone get something other than 8? Everybody got 8? Okay, let's check it. What do I do first?
Take the negative. Minus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 2. And then 78 minus 2.
Okay, so I'm doing minus 2.
Yeah. I mean, you adding, but.
Yeah. We're subtracting negative 2,
Yeah.
which ends up being plus 2.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, so my 2's cancel. I'll bring down 10 times n.
It's 80. Equals 80.
Yes, 80. 78 plus 2 is 80.
Now we take 10 in and then 80 under 10.
All right.
Over 10.
So we have 10 times n. We'll divide by 10 to get rid of it.
We have 8.
N equals 8. Very nice, guys. All right. Let's look at number 3.
8.
You got 8?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone get a different answer than 8?
Number 3?
Mm-hmm, for number 3.
Oh, 8. Yeah.
8. Okay, well, let's see what the answer is. So I have a multi-step equation here. I've got a couple different things going on. Here's my sides of my equal sign. Here's the n. I want this by itself. So I need to get rid of the 2, the 6, and the minus 5. What can I get rid of first?
6.
Let's do 6. Okay, so what do I do to get rid of that?
You minus 6.
Minus 6.
And minus 6 from 17.
Good. I'll draw a line.
You can get 11.
Good. My 6 cancel. 17 minus 6 is 11.
So you bring down 2n minus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Equals 11.
Perfect.
So now you take and add 5 to 11.
Perfect. Add 5.
Now you get 16.
Perfect. 2n equals 16.
And now you take 2, divide 2 from each side.
Good. Divide by 2.
You get 8.
And that is correct. N equals 8. Good. Good. Okay. Number 4, we ready for 4? Does anyone have questions on 3? Okay. Let's look at number 4. There's 2 ways that we could start. Go ahead.
I took that 6 minus 210.
Minus? You subtracted it?
Oh, subtracted, yeah.
Okay. So let's think. We've got 6 times 7n minus 7.
No, I divided.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
I divided
You
that.
divided.
I had to look at my work.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. So there's 2 ways we could solve this. It sounds like Titania decided that since we have 6 times 7n minus 7, to get rid of 6, we divide by 6. We'll do that on both sides. Now, this is not the only way to do this. You could also start by distributing. I can show that way next, but we'll start with the division way. This way is a little quicker.
And
so my 6 is canceled, and go ahead.
35.
35 where?
6 goes into 210, 35.
Thank you. Okay, 210 divided by 6, 35.
And now you bring down your 7n.
Here we
now
go.
You take that 7 and you add it to the 35.
Perfect. So we're going to plus 7 on both sides.
7, and that's 42.
42.
You bring down 7n.
42.
And now you get 7 Divide it into 7 and you get 6.
Perfect. N equals 6. Okay, so our answer for number 4 is 6. Let's look at the other way we could solve this.
Yeah, some of us didn't do it like that.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm sure a lot of us did different ways. Let's look at the other way. So I'm going to rewrite my original problem. 6 7n minus 7 equals 210. Okay, so if you did it a different way, tell me, what did you do first?
I distributed.
You distributed.
6 into 7n, and
Okay.
then the 6 into minus 7.
Perfect. And what'd that give you?
42n minus 42, yeah.
Perfect. Let me just bring the rest down. So 42n minus 42 equals 210. We got that by multiplying. 6 times 7n is 42n. 6 times minus 7 is minus 42. Okay, so from here, what'd you do next, Rhonda?
Divide 42 on both sides.
Divide 42?
I mean, plus.
Yeah.
You add.
We gotta add first.
42.
Good. Plus 42. Okay. These cancel.
252.
Good. 210 plus 42 is 252.
Then you bring everything else down.
Bring everything else down. 42 n
Equals
And then you
252.
divide by 42 on each side.
Perfect.
And then by itself.
6.
Sure enough, we get the same answer. N equals 6. 252 divided by 42. Good. Good. So that's another way to solve number 4. You get the same answer. Any questions on number 4? Okay. And I'm going to move this right here. And let's look at number 5.
8.
You got 8.
I got 8.
Did anyone get something other than 8?
8.
8. Good. Okay, so let's see, what do we do first?
Gotta get rid of the fraction.
Yes, we want to get rid of this fraction. We want to multiply by 2. We have 3n minus 4 divided by 2. So to get rid of division, we multiply times 2 on both sides. 2's cancel. 10 times 2 is 20.
3n
Down.
Yes, 3n
minus 4.
minus 4. Thank you.
Now you add 4 to each side.
Good.
Wait a minute.
Sure,
How's
what's
it
that?
How's it minus 4?
Because that was the original problem. We had 3n minus 4, and then that was divided by 2. So we just did that times 2, which got rid of that 2, and we just brought down what was on top, 3n minus 4.
Okay.
Did you have it written different, maybe?
I don't know what I did. I think I just added I put a plus sign.
Did you do like plus 2?
When she rewrote it, she put 3 in minus 4 instead of minus 4.
Gotcha. Yes, so the original problem started with 3n minus 4. We didn't do anything to get 3n minus 4. It was just already there.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, so now we are here.
Adding 4.
Yes. Now we need to add 4 to both sides.
Yeah, 24.
We get 20 plus 4 is 24.
Then dn. Now you divide 3 into 24.
Perfect. 5 by 3.
Get 8.
And n equals 8. Wow, I didn't mean to give you so many problems where the answer was 8. It was an accident, really.
Not that way.
I guess. Funny. Okay, so there's number 5. Do we have any questions about number 5?
Yes, why is it between 4 and 6? I just kind of question 5. He's kind of mean to me.
Why is it between 4 and 6? What are you
Yeah.
talking about, Brian?
Come on. 4, 5, 6? Why is 5 there? You ever figure that one out? Why is 5 between 4 and 6?
I don't know. Do you know?
I know, that's why I asked you to teach it.
I don't know why 5 is between 4 and 6. That's a good question. I'll have to look into that, Brian.
Different.
Okay.
Think he's talking about 5 now.
Okay.
That's what makes the world go around.
Are we ready for number 6?
Yes.
Okay. So number 6. This is the challenge question. I've not taught you this.
Oh.
This is new.
Yeah.
New. So I'm going to show you how to solve it. You tell me if any of you got it right. And then we're going to talk about how to do this in a little more depth today.
I think I've done it before.
Okay. So here's what we have going on in number 6. We have an equation where we have variables on both sides of the equal sign. Uh-oh, that's new. I know, that's crazy. Okay, and this n equals 6 is messing me up. I need to
I know,
rewrite
I seen
this.
that, I thought.
It's gonna make me confused. Okay, I'm gonna rewrite number 6 because it's
This
bothering me.
6, it's gonna be freaking.
It's bugging me.
Is that a crisscross problem?
Do you mean like the cross multiplying problem?
Like you take one side and take it from the other side, and then the other side you take it from the left side.
Yes.
Okay,
It
I thought
totally
so.
is. Totally is. Okay, so we have an equation. Here's my equal sign
I had to look at
where
this.
we have variables on both sides. Okay, we have 7n minus 8 equals -2 plus 8n. Now, normally we would start by, let me ask you guys, what do you think when you first look at this? What's your instinct tell you? What's the first thing you want to do, maybe?
Multiply. Combine them. Put them together.
Someone says maybe multiply, maybe combine.
Like the 7n with, is multiplied, right?
That is 7 times n, yes.
So it's 7 times 8, maybe. I don't know. No, it'd be separate the 7n down.
I was
Do
thinking.
you know it, Gene?
Yes.
Go ahead. What do you think?
You say you're gonna regroup everything,
Okay. So regroup.
combine the like terms.
So
Come
let me show you.
Okay, show me. Let's see. Okay, so you
I have no
put together. Answer off the top. I think that's right. That looks good. That looks good. Awesome. Okay. Let's look at what we need to do. Now, first of all, when I have variables on both sides of my equal sign, this is a problem because I need to have an answer. Remember, my goal is to get n by itself on one side equal to a number. I can't do that if there are n's on both sides. Okay, so the first thing we will do is decide which of the n's would I like to move to the other side of the equation so that I can combine my like terms. We're going to combine like terms, okay? We're going to put together my numbers with variables. So I have 2 options here. I can either take minus 8n from both sides, or I can do minus 7n from both sides.
That's what the minus 7n.
That's what I was wondering if that was why
Yeah.
that problem didn't work out.
So let's do minus 7n, because when I do 8 minus 7, I get positive 1. If I do 7 minus 8, I'm going to get negative 1, and I don't want to know negative n, I want to know positive n. So it'll still work if you do minus 8n, but you'll have an extra step at the end, and I'll show you what I mean by that later. But we're going to subtract 7n. Now, this might feel weird because you might think to yourself, but this is 7 times n. What? When do we do this? Well, we do it when we have ends or variables on both sides of the
That's
equal
the last
sign.
part of the problem.
Yeah, we gotta move it all to one side. So 7n minus 7n, they cancel. They're gone. Now, what is 8n minus 7n?
One.
What? 1
In.
n. So we don't need to put 1 in. We could just put n by itself because n is the same as 1n.
Exactly.
So now n's by itself. We're very close to our goal. Now let's bring everything down. I have minus 8
That's gonna be plus.
equals minus 2 plus n.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So
Now
we taking 8.
let's look at our options. You could either do plus 8 on both sides, or you could do plus 2 on both sides.
I'm gonna do
But
plus 8.
let's think about what we want our goal to be, what we're trying to do. Here is my equal sign. Here is my variable, n. I want n to be the only thing on this side of the equal sign. So
You take the 8, you add 8 to 2.
I'm going to add 8 to 2 on
You
both
add
sides.
2 on both sides.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to make more sense to add 2 on both sides
Okay.
because we want to get n by itself. So if we get rid of negative 2, then n's by itself.
Ah.
Yeah. If we got rid of 8, we would then have 0 equals a number plus n. And then we'd have to do more subtraction again.
Right.
So let's add 2. Add 2.
Just had to put the n on paper.
Yeah, that's
I had the answer already.
Cancel.
I
So
didn't do the work.
cancel.
Minus 6.
Minus 6 is our answer. Negative 8 plus 2 is minus 6. And that's what you got. Awesome.
The same thing.
So negative 6 equals n. That would be it. Kind of crazy.
Wow.
That's our answer. Okay, so if that just blew your mind a little bit,
Yes.
don't be worried. Don't be worried. Okay, this is new. And also, if I can settle your worries at all, here's what our plan is for this unit. We're in unit 2 right now. The plan is we're going to continue reviewing different things today. Then on Monday, I would like for us to do a practice quiz, okay? And then Tuesday, I'm wanting us to do a quiz. Now, on the quiz, this kind of problem is going to be a bonus question. So, if you can do this really well, you'll get bonus points on your test. If you're not quite there yet and you're struggling to figure this one out, it won't hurt your grade. It'll be bonus points, okay? So I just wanted to show it to you since we will be using it, but that is what is coming up ahead. So there's our do now. Let's move it to the side.
Oh,
you need it still?
Yeah. I gotta write it out so I can learn the stuff.
Sure. Here, let me do this. I'll pause the video while people are finishing up their writing. So here is our first page of notes. We're going to start by talking about equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. Okay. This is what we're talking about today. Just introducing it to you. Equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. I'm going to write out another equation. And Here's an example of an equation that has a variable on both sides of my equal sign. Now, something that I have noticed as I've walked around helping students with certain math problems, I notice we have the most trouble solving equations when we don't keep our work organized. Whenever we're not being slow and careful about how we write each step, that is where I see the most of us messing up. So we want to practice being so careful when we write things. We don't want to write something unless we know why we're writing it. We don't want to lose track of what step we are on in a problem. So as I write things on this paper, I want you guys to try to copy it exactly as I have it written here. I think it will help. Okay. So I'm giving you this equation. 3n plus 5 equals 4n plus 12. You don't have to draw the line, but I am going to draw a line where my equal sign is. And I'm going to make it a long line. Well, it's a little wiggly, but I'm making it a longer line, and I'm going to keep my work super organized. We're going to go little baby step at a time. So we're going to say step 1 to solve this equation. What is the first thing we could do?
3n.
3n on goes on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first step we're going to do is we are going to combine like terms, okay? So, but instead of just saying, okay, well, I'm going to combine 3n plus 4, and I've got 7n. Well, what does that mean? Which side would 7n go on? We're not doing that. We're combining like terms, but we're still using inverse operations. We're still doing the opposite. So, like terms, we're using inverse operations. So I have an n here and an n here. We want to get them both on the same side, and I want them to be positive. In order to do that, I'm going to subtract the smaller number of n, 3. So minus 3n. And tell me, where else am I subtracting 3n?
4n.
Under the 4n. Good. And then we draw a line after each step. Okay, so here's step 1. We are bringing the smaller variable to the other side of the equation. We're subtracting 3n to get rid of it. Then we're subtracting 3n. And we'll see what our new value of n will be here in a minute. Now, first of all, what happens to 3n minus 3n? They cancel. This is gone. Don't even pretend it exists anymore. It's gone.
The n as well? Oh,
The
yeah.
n as well. We got rid of 3 and n. Now, let's see. What should I do next in terms of writing out my work? What should I be writing next?
Bring everything down.
Bring everything down. So I'm going to use a different color. I need to bring down 5. I'm going to bring it down right below. 5. What else do I need to bring down?
The equal.
My equal.
And then
n.
1.
4n minus 3n is 1n.
So just
And
n
that's just n
plus 12.
plus 12.
So you don't need the plus sign.
Yes, you need your plus sign because
On the other side.
on this side.
Yeah.
So let's think of a plus sign as an and sign. It means that I have more than one thing. Since I got rid of 3n, I started with 3n and 5. There's no more 3n, it's just 5 by itself. You don't need the plus anymore.
Make things.
Yes. Okay. So now I have 5 equals n plus 12. I still have the same goal. I'm trying to get n by itself. What is keeping n from being by itself right now?
Plus 12 on that side.
Yes, that plus 12. This is the only thing holding me back from having n all alone. So
Take away. Subtract.
we're going to subtract 12. We'll do the opposite.
Both sides.
Yes, from both sides. Then we draw a line. So I subtracted 12. What happens to my 12s over here?
They cancel.
They cancel. Good. They're gone. So over on this side of the equation, I just have n by itself. We did it. And what should I bring down now?
-7.
Yes, 5 minus 12 is -7. Now don't forget your equal sign.
Equals n.
Yep, -7 equals n. That's our answer. Go. So we are just starting by combining our like terms. We're going to get our variables all on the same side of the equal sign. And then from there, we're just solving our equation like normal. Here we start with addition and subtraction, and then if there is any multiplication and division, we would do that next. But this one only had addition and subtraction, so that's good. Okay. So there is an example of that problem. Now, before we try another one, does anyone have questions about everything we just did? Yes.
How did you know to use subtract 12 instead of 5?
Ooh, how did we know to subtract 12 instead of 5? That's a good question. So we saw at this step that I had 5 equals n plus 12. I know that my goal is to get n by itself. So I am trying to get rid of any of the numbers
On the side.
that are within. So 5 is on the other side. It's already by itself. We got rid of 12 because 12 was over here next to n, and I needed to get rid of it so n could be by itself. If I did -5 instead, then I would have 0 equals n plus 7. And then I would have to still subtract again and move stuff over. So technically, if you did -5 and got 0 equals n plus 7, it would be one extra step. You'd have to subtract 7, but you would still get the right answer. You would. It just would take a little longer. Okay, do we have any other questions? Okay, let's try another one. Can I move this though? Does anyone still need it? Okay, let's do one more together. How about 7n
With that, I can't help it.
-6 equals 10n. How about this? This is different. 7n minus 6 equals 10n. What should we do first? Yes.
7n, put under 7n and 10n.
Yes. We are getting rid of 7n on both sides. Perfect. Then we'll draw a line. And then what happens to my 7n's? Cancel. Good. Now what?
10 minus negative.
Perfect.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay. We're going to do both of those things. We're going to bring the negative 6 down, and we're going to do 10n minus 7n, which is
3n.
3n. And now we'll bring down that negative 6. And we'll bring down our equal sign. Now, again, I want to mention, as we solve these problems, it is important that you keep bringing your equal sign down every time, even if it feels silly to, because I have seen where someone forgot to bring their equal sign down and then accidentally put this number on the wrong side of the equation, and you'll get the wrong answer that way. We want to keep our work organized if we can. Try to keep it organized.
And then do you divide 3?
Yes, we do. We do. Now we have 3n over here. I want n to be by itself, so we're getting rid of 3. And just like you said, that's 3 times n. We're dividing by 3 on both sides.
2 equals n.
Yes. So negative 2 divided by 3 is what?
Negative 2.
Not 2.
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
Oh, negative.
A negative divided by a positive. We get negative
I still don't get the negative.
2
Yeah, because see, it was. Yeah.
n.
Oh, you got just draw a chart. That's what I do.
Yes. So if this helps, remember your positive and negative multiplication and division. If my numbers have the same sign, meaning.
I was thinking that was a subtraction.
That's what keeps throwing me off.
Really?
Yeah. Instead of saying negative, you say minus 6.
Right.
That's what throws us off, because first it's a minus 6, now it's a negative 6.
So it starts with 7n minus 6, because what's happening here is we're taking away 6. But if I were to think of this as a number on its own, it wouldn't make sense to say positive 6, because what's happening here is we're taking away 6. We have 6 less than nothing. So if I am taking 6 away, it's just like whenever let me see if I can think of it in a certain way. Like when you have a bill, or when you get a charge put on a bank account and the charge is $6. It's really a negative $6. It's being taken away. If I subtract 6, it's the same thing as having negative 6.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, when you minus 7 from 7 at the top, don't that minus sign go away from the 6?
No, negative 6 is by itself.
Negative 6 is by itself now. So we can get rid of the plus sign if it was a plus, but minus stays. Minus stays.
So then how would you get a negative minus 7 from our 7n?
Because we started with positive 7n. So to get rid of 7n, we subtract 7n from both sides. And that gets rid of these n's, and then we're here.
Okay.
It's tricky stuff. It is tricky stuff, guys. Okay, let's review the positive and negative multiplication division rules really quick, though. If we are multiplying or dividing by numbers with the same sign, whether it's 2 positive numbers or even if it's 2 negative numbers, they have the same sign. So our answer will be what kind of number? Positive. If you have a positive times a positive, or a positive divided by a positive, you get a positive. If you do a negative times a negative, you still get a positive because these are the same sign. The negatives cancel out. The only time you get a negative answer is like here. I have a negative number and a positive number. The signs are different, so our answer is negative. I get a negative. This is like the little chart I like to draw. Same signs, positive. Different signs, negative. So we got -2 for n on this problem. Okay, guys.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
He asked, if the minus sign was in front of the variable.
Yeah,
Is it fine?
multiplicar n, est-ce que signifie most n égale avec d comme tout à fait? Let me.
Okay, yeah, show me. Let me see.
I say the result minus 2
Yeah.
equals n equals n if the minus n equals 2.
Yes.
What do you do?
You would
show
just. I will show that. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Jean just pointed out something really awesome. Let's say that you decide to do this equation in a different way. Maybe you subtracted 10 in, maybe you added 6, maybe you did something else. And you ended up with, instead of -2 equals n, what if you got negative n equals 2? If you ever get an answer where you have a negative next to your variable because maybe you got -1 in, okay? What you do to get this, because we don't want to know the answer for negative n, I want to know what is in, not negative n, I want to know what's in. All you do is take this sign and move it to the 2. This is the same thing as this. If I have negative n equals 2, then I also have n equals -2. Okay, so that's something that Jean just showed me.
You just move the sign.
Yes.
Multiply by -1.
Yes, all you're doing here is you're multiplying by -1 on both sides. Now, I might need to show you that in an example for it to make sense. So, let me give you an example. I'm going to move this page. Let's see. I'm going to write the same problem, but we're going to solve it so that we get negative n. So I'm going to rewrite it. 7n minus 6 equals 10n. 7n minus 6 equals 10n. Okay, so what if I did this instead? And you don't have to write this unless you want to. You're welcome to. This could be helpful to you. It's very helpful. What if I did minus 10n on both sides instead? Let's see. What would happen here?
Well, then.
My 10n's would cancel, but we still need something over here. Since they cancel, instead of putting a number, we put it's 0. It's 0. If I start with 10n's and I get rid of 10n's, I have 0 n's left. It's just 0. Okay? Now, what would 7n minus 10n be?
-3
plus
-3
plus 10
-3n
minus 6.
minus 6. Now we would want to get this
You-
over here,
You-
right?
Minus 3 equals
So we're
6.
we're doing plus 6 here first, right? Plus 6.
And so
Okay. And then we get,
minus 3 again equals 6.
okay. And then we have negative 3n. We divide by 3.
Yeah.
So here's where you would end up getting something like negative n. I canceled my 3's,
Negative n.
but I still have negative n equals 2.
Wait, 2.
Yes.
Right.
So if I end up with negative n equals 2, it's basically like saying negative 1n equals 2. How do I get rid of negative 1?
Just take it out to the other side.
Right, we're moving it to the other side. Basically, we're kind of dividing by negative 1 on both sides, and it's giving us n
Extra
equals
work.
negative. It's giving you extra work, yeah. But if you ever get an answer where you have negative n equals something, just move the negative to the other side. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Gigi. All right.
Good example.
So it is 1:50. We have 10 more minutes left.
We don't have 10 minutes.
We don't have an exit ticket today. It's Thursday. No exit ticket. You just have the 16, 17, 18 exit tickets from the last 3 days. Those are due tomorrow at noon. And before you guys go, I do have some practice worksheets. If any of you want some, I'm going to put them out up here on this table. Feel free to take them if you would like to have some extra practice before we do more review on Monday. Okay? So, no exit ticket. If you are struggling or if you want to meet one-on-one, talk to me, come in tomorrow. I will be here from 9 to noon. That's when we do our office hours. I'm here for you guys, okay?
The practice sheets.
Yes, I'm going to get the practice sheets. I'll put them on the table, but you guys are free to go. The end.